So have you found a particular rhetorical strategy to be more effective than others?
It depends on the situation.
Okay.
So for me, I'll give examples of each. So for something like ethos, appealing to credibility, there's times, I mean, you know this, throughout the day where you'll look for me for guidance about a particular situation and how to handle it. And I was a direct support professional for 5 years, and I've experienced maybe not the same exact things that you've experienced, but very similar situations. And I will say to you, well, from my experience, I tried this, and this is how this panned out. And I found that you've followed a lot of what I would say, and then you made a decision for yourself. But ethos is what I would be applying in that situation.
Right.
If there is a situation pertaining to a staff or a parent or even an individual, I find that I appeal to pathos, appealing to emotions, because we're humans at the end of the day. Everyone's got a different situation, circumstance, and we have to hear each person out for whatever their case may be. So I find that I'm using that on a day-to-day, and logos. When I'm handling a situation that abides by a policy, I'm literally taking words from a policy. I'm taking it from the facts. So if I'm handling a situation with the staff, I need to apply the facts to them, and I found that that's very helpful because I'm not catering to emotions at that point. I'm catering towards actually providing them something that they have been trained on and referring to it.
Right.
And then Kairos, appealing to timeliness. I feel throughout the day, we have so many changes that occur throughout the program day. And a lot of times I will run through the plan with Sarah about what the plan is for the day and how this might affect us later. And there's a lot of the time a window of time that this is appropriate for me to share with her because I'm in meetings, or we have a trip that's going out and that needs to happen, or there's just so many things to schedule throughout the day. So a lot of what I'm speaking about does appeal to timeliness as well. So a little bit of everything. So it really depends on what the program day is like.
Right. So it sounds like you actually do, like we probably didn't even realize before, this class, that you actually use those rhetorical strategies like almost daily, it sounds like, ethos, pathos, logos, kairos. And actually one thing I was thinking of, do you feel like you use the pathos when you have to advocate for the individuals in terms of, here's just an example, like we're requesting someone bring in money for a trip, and it seems like they're never bringing in money for a trip, one of the individuals that we support. Do you feel like you'll have to kind of type out an email or call them and kind of appeal to emotion where it's like, okay, Johnny hasn't gone out in a couple of weeks to the staff. Do you feel like you ever use that?
Yes. There's been situations where people have not brought in their personal care items for individuals, and it's not fair to them.
Right.
And I have to, unfortunately, convey the message in a way that I'm like, well, we have to run around and try and find them a diaper or a pull-up for them to wear, and we don't want them to sit in their own filth because they're a human being, and they deserve, the same rights that we do, and I don't like having to pull that card, but unfortunately people need to be reminded of why we're doing the work that we do. So yes, I do find I have to use that every once in a while.
Appeal to the emotions there. Awesome. Well, whatever works, whatever is effective.
That's right.
Communication for the individuals that we support.